School Pre-Algebra. We are fourth block. This is Mr. Cornell, and I will kind of lead you through kind of what to expect, and then we'll jump into our first lesson. So welcome back. What you'll need for class every day. So every day you need to make sure you have this with you is your notebook, pencil, I prefer, or something to write with. Please, please, please bring a pencil. We all make mistakes. I make mistakes. It's just easier to erase in pencil than it is to scratch out with pen, and it gets all messy. Also, a calculator. Um, if you're working from home, please get a scientific calculator. Uh, Texas Instrument TI-30 makes one, and it's $10.99 at Target. If that's a problem, please let me know, and we'll get you taken care of. Make sure you're logged into your email and know how to use your email. And then make sure you're enrolled in our Canvas class, which is high school pre-algebra fourth block. You'll see that logo on your Canvas dashboard. If you are not in that, please email me and we will make sure you are in that class. Looking ahead, we will focus on solving equations for most of first semester. That's one step, two step, and then multi-step equations. We are going to get very, very good at solving equations and know how to solve all sorts of equations. And then almost everything we do in class, we use our laptops and notebooks for. So you must have those items each and every day. So there shouldn't be an excuse that you don't have your laptop or your notebook with you because everything's going virtual, and especially if we're not meeting in person anymore, everything is going to be done through your laptop and with your notebook. So for those of you that are in person, we need to stay in/around your assigned seat as much as possible when we're in the room. Masks must be worn at all times. We have to limit contact with others/materials in the room. So again, that goes with staying in your seat. We will be spaced out 6 feet apart from everybody, and if we just stay there, we should be all right with our masks on. And then please use hand sanitizer and wash hands often. Hand sanitizer is in every room, every bathroom, every kind of corner of the building. Please use that often, and remember to wash your hands at least 3 times while you're in the building throughout the day. Moving on to our notebooks. We will use our notebooks every day. You also use your notebooks on days that you are not here to work through and submit the online assignments. Now, there might be times where I have you do an online activity or download a PowerPoint or Word document and work on that and submit that. But please, all your work should be through your notebook. And then anytime you see the OP on paper logo, the information that's boxed in on that side needs to be added to your notes. That'll make more sense here in a second, but anytime you see that logo, which is right here, this on paper logo, that information needs to be in your notebook. Again, looking ahead, I know this is repetitive. We will be working on 1, 2-step, and multi-step problems. And again, everything we will do will be through your notebook. I did put this slide in here twice just to make sure we know that notebooks are being used every day, laptops are being used every day, and we will solve for the majority of first semester. So if we go ahead and jump into Unit 1, Unit 1 is one-step equations review. If you had me last year, we worked through 1 and 2-step equations, so that's why I tagged on that little review. I'm sure we could all use a little brush up. I know I needed a little brush up as well. So to start out, we see that OP on paper logo. So if you open your notebook, go ahead and open and then flip the page. If you open it straight away, you'll have notebook paper on the right side, but nothing on the left. We're going to go ahead and skip that page for now. And I want you to be at the first 2 pages of notebook paper. So you have a page on the left and a page on the right. On the right side, you're going to write Unit 1, one-step equations. And then on that right top corner, you're going to write LT 1.1. And on the left side, you're going to write Unit 1, one-step equations. Try it on your own. And then again, that LT 1.1. So go ahead and pause this video at the time. Make sure you have your title and everything looks exactly like my notebook that's on the screen now. Moving forward, we're going to look at one-step equations. Again, you see this OP on paper logo, and what is boxed in needs to go in your notebook. So your notebook should look exactly like mine. If you're ever confused what side you should be writing on, The note side is always going to be on the right, and then the try it on your own side is always going to be on the left. I've also included that here in the top corner. I have what side you should be on. So this note side tells me we need to be on the right side of our paper. And then we're going to add everything that's boxed into our notes. Notice how I spaced everything out and it works with the spacing in the PowerPoint. So if there's a space in the PowerPoint, just add it to your notes. Everything should work out. I know I write kind of small, so if you do end up using extra space, that's okay. I set it up so we have extra space on both pages to work through. Gives you guys some wiggle room. So what you need to write down is one-step equations are title. And then you need to write to solve x must be by itself. That should be pretty much review. And to move any value from one side of the equal sign to the other side, you must use the opposite operation. Those operations are plus, that opposite is subtraction. So addition and subtraction work hand in hand, and then multiplication and division work hand in hand. It does not matter what side x is on as long as it's by itself. So if you solve and x is on the right side, so if you have 2 equals x, that is perfectly okay, as long as x is by itself. So an answer could be x equals 2, or an answer could be 2 equals x. Those are the same thing. As long as x is by itself, you have solved the problem completely. So again, pause this video at the time and make sure you have everything written down in the notes up to this point. Moving on, we're going to look at one-step equations, okay? So we have 9 examples here. Notice how I spaced them out. I wrote across. It seemed to work better, so I wrote 3x, x plus 3 equals 10, and then negative 5 plus x equals 12, and then x minus 23 equals negative 2. And then this is the important piece. I need you guys to skip 3 lines and then write the next set of problems. Skip 3 more lines and write the next set of problems. So give yourself some room to work out these problems. Again, this is our notes page. So at this time, please pause the video, make sure you have everything written down, and then we will work through the problems. So looking at each problem, again, this should be review. We went over this last year. Again, you want to get x by itself. So I notice on my first, let me get my pen here. My first problem, I have x plus 3 equals negative 10. I know I need this x by itself. So I have a plus 3. The opposite of plus is minus, so I subtracted 3 on both sides, and I brought down my x. X equals 7 for my first answer. Moving on, I have negative 5, and again, I see this x here, so I know I got to get rid of this negative 5 because it's what's with x. It's a negative 5, so the opposite of minus 5 is add 5, so I'm going to add 5 to both sides. 12 plus 5 is 17, and I bring my x down again, so I have x equals 17. Moving on, I find my x, and I see this time it is x minus 23 equals negative 2. So I'm going to add 23 to both sides. This is where that calculator comes in handy. Negative 2 plus 23 is a positive 21. And again, I drop my x down. Now here we have 3x equals 15. At this point, we have a variable and a number squashed up next to each other. When we see that, we know there's that multiplication in between. We just don't write it. So the opposite of multiplication is division. So I divided by 3 on both sides, and I drop down my x, and I get x equals 5, because 15 divided by 3 is 5. Same thing here. I have a number and a variable, which means multiply, so I need to divide. So I divide both sides by 11 to get x by itself, and 77 divided by 11 is 7. And here I have x divided by 4 equals 3. The opposite of divide, which we just worked with, is multiplication. So I'm going to multiply whatever is with x. So here I have x divided by 4. That's why I multiplied by this 4. So if I multiply by 4 on one side, I need to do that on the other side, and I get x equals 12. Same thing here. I have x divided by 6. X divided by 6, I need to multiply again, so I multiplied by 6 on both sides. So I get 6 times 6 is 36. My 6 cancels over here, and I have x equals 36. This one here, again, I have x divided by 2, so I multiplied by 2. Those can cancel out. I bring my x down. 10 times 2, because I have to do it to both sides, 10 times 2 is 20, so I have x equals 20. Again, this is where that number is reversed, so 20 equals x. Again, same answer. And this last one here, I know my pen's kind of hiding it. That's a 7, so I have x divided by 7 equals 3. Again, it's divide, so I need to multiply, so I'm going to multiply by 7 on both sides. Those cancel out. I bring my x down. I have x equals 21 because 3 times 7 is 21. So there's our practice problems. Again, this unit is pretty straightforward. This is review. I want to see where we're at. So you're going to go on your left side, on your try it on your own side, and you have 9 more problems to work through here. So again, you have 9 problems. Again, like I said, it's easier. I found it easier for me to write across, skip 3 lines, and then write 3 more across. Skip 3 lines and write 3 more across. So at this time, please pause the video, write all your problems first, and then go ahead and solve them. So write everything first, then go back through and solve all 9 problems. And then once you've completed those 9, I'm going to tack on 9 more for you. Again, this is practice, quick one step. So you should only be doing one thing to each of these problems and getting x by itself. You have 9 more practice problems to work through. So again, pause this video, write every problem down. Again, it's easier to write across, skip 3 lines, write across, skip 3 lines, and write across. Once you have them all written down, then you can work back through in solving those. Again, you want to get x by itself, pay attention to the operation you use, and moving those across the equal sign. If you need to, go back and look at your notes, look at our examples, and complete those. So you should have 18 completed problems on the try it on your own side. And once you have that done, I would like you to open Photo Booth on your Mac. Hold your notebook up, take a picture of your work, and here's the important thing. I want you to click on that picture and make sure you can read it. Because if you can't read it, there's no way I can. And I can't give you credit for work you do if I can't read the work that you submit. So if you have to take a couple pictures to make sure you can read everything, take a couple pictures and upload a high quality photo. Make sure I can read it. That is the only way you will get credit for your work. I might send you an email or something saying, hey, I need a better picture. I can't read problems, blah, 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 through blah, blah, blah. So to save you and myself some time, please make sure you can read your pictures. Your pictures are legible and clear before submitting. And then you're going to submit those to Canvas under Unit 1, One-Step Equations Review. Again, if you have any questions, please email me or talk to me in person, either way. Or you can talk to me during my office hours on Wednesdays. All that information is provided in Canvas.